This is an unfortunate video that I have to make, but the truth must be told with flat-out truth, telling flat-out lies. This is not misinformation, it's disinformation. I looked at this thoroughly. This was no mistake what he did here, putting out this garbage with supposedly Charlie Kirk and the hologram, where everything contained under the canopy is a hologram. Absolutely not. It's absolutely ridiculous. And this is disinformation. It's not misinformation. Disinformation is purposely put out as false. Misinformation is inaccurate, falsely put out unintentionally. And this is Terry Eicher right here. As you can see, initially he pushed off what we saw on television programming with Charlie Kirk as advertised. That video, I no longer see. It's been removed off YouTube on his channel. And now he's saying what we saw here with this man standing on the chair that Charlie Kirk was sitting on, with the man removing the SD card, evidence, quote evidence, that this is a 3D hologram projector. Absolutely not. And I'll prove that without a shadow of a doubt. Let's get right to Terry's video, and I'll break it all down.
Good afternoon, everyone. Now, I'm sure all of you have noticed online that a lot of people are talking about, why are these people allowed to be in this canopy? Why isn't this marked off and taped off as a crime scene? And why is this guy in the white shirt taking the most very important camera down? What do you think is the most very important camera there? Why is he taking it down? Well, here's why. Because it's not a crime scene. A crime didn't take place here, and that's not a camera. Now, before I tell you what it is, I want you to get a real good look at it as he's taking it down. Anybody figure out what it is yet? Okay, here's what it is. It's called a hologram projector. And if you don't believe me, you can go look them up online. And they're not cheap. They're not cheap. Usually 20.
And you notice the price tags on these, $33,000 and $66,000, just some coincidence. And by the way, these 3D hologram projectors look nothing like the one hanging from the canopy. Let's continue.
$70,000, $80,000 for these things, and they come in different varieties. Now, Hollywood calls them hologram stage projectors. Now, you see how Charlie's little tent there is a perfect square? And as you can tell, it's 10 foot squared, 10 foot all the way around on each square, and it's about 9 foot tall. That's because it has to be for the projection to work. Now, let's explain.
For smaller spaces, the projectors can be configured with mirrors to elongate the projection path and maintain picture integrity. Eyeliner displays ideally require a minimum footprint of 10 feet square and a height of 9 feet to show full-size human figures.
Now, this aspect is very important to understand how the whole 3D hologram projectors work. Let's continue. This is really important information to expose the lies of a 3D hologram projector being utilized that day with Charlie Kirk.
What you are seeing is a reflected image which is so true and realistic to the original, it has become known as a virtual image. Many people perceive what they are seeing now as a 3D hologram. In fact, it is a 21st century take on a mid-19th century visual effect known as Pepper's Ghost, showing now on the relay screens. Thanks in part to the amazing optical properties of the eyeliner foil, combined with the light and picture output of Christie Digital high-definition projectors, the image has depth and opacity that actually supersedes the scale and definition of traditional 3D hologram.
Like I said before, 10 foot squared, 9 foot tall. This canopy was made this size for a purpose, because it is a hologram stage projection that you guys were watching.
These performers are holograms.
Every series, we take one step closer to achieving all of the sci-fi dreams.
It's pretty cool. You'll never have to miss a gig again. The gig can come to you.
We travel to Paris to meet Ian O'Connell, director of the company that put this show on.
I recall we were being asked to produce a show from London to Florida where the interaction between the musicians and the audience would be as natural as two people being in the same room. And for all of us, it was an experience that we'll never forget.
So how do they beam this band in live?
It's incredible that this really is a remote live gig. The signal from London takes less than 1/3 of a second to go all the way around the world and be projected as a hologram on the stage in the US. As well as the hologram making it feel like the band are actually in the room with the audience, the band can see the audience and actually interact and respond to what they're doing.
This is a whole new take on live music. But how are the images so good that it looks like the band are really on stage?
They look so lifelike because of the angle of the light and the reflective material called mylar that creates this holographic effect.
The mylar screen is semi-transparent. The reflective surface reflects the images where the light falls on it, but where the light doesn't fall on it, the audience can see through it. So it looks like there's a person standing on the stage and that there's no screen at all.
Now I have to stop at this point. This is a very important part of Terry's video. He edited out a very important part of this video clip that he got off YouTube that shows the full details on how the 3D hologram projector works. And this is purposely done by Terry. It's disingenuous, it's deceptive, what he did here. And let's play it. I'm going to play his video and you're going to see a cut. And there's a reason that Terry cut a part out of this video. Let's get to it.
The projector receives the video signal and projects it down from the ceiling.
Now he stopped right there for a reason. That's Terry. He stopped playing it at that point, and there's a specific reason. There's nothing needed to be heard from this woman. I'm going to play what Terry cut out. That's going to explain it all, how a 3D hologram projector works, and then you'll understand why he didn't show this footage. It's going to be transparent what Terry's doing. Let's get to it.
The projector receives the video signal and projects it down from the ceiling. It hits a bounce screen on the floor, which then reflects the light back up into the mylar, which reflects it at a...
I'm going to stop right there. This is really, really important to point this out. They're demonstrating how the 3D hologram projector works, which, like I said, Terry cut out for a reason. So here's the audience perspective. Now you have the camera, the 3D hologram projector, pointing at the same direction the audience is looking at. It bounces off this mirror, off this mylar material, and it reflects back what people are seeing. So it's not as simple as Terry claims. It's not like this so-called 3D hologram projector can just project the image for all to see. It's mirrors at work, the mylar material. So the camera would be here. So here's the audience. The camera would be here, reflecting off a mirror here, bouncing on the mylar material, and you would have the 3D hologram. And where's the mirrors? Where's the mylar material? You don't see it here. Basically, this is a canopy you can get for $100 and design what you want on it. This is no special 3D hologram projector canopy. Give me a complete break. And that gets back to this video demonstrating exactly how a 3D hologram projector works. Again, the audience on this side with the camera facing. And again, this is exactly how it works to make it perfectly clear. Now, taking a look at this aspect with Mr. Muscleman here, who's doing all the hand signs. And obviously Charlie Kirk, you see all the shadows and the sunlight here. I mean, no way. Again, obviously this is some ridiculous hologram being displayed. But one thing that's flown under the radar, look what happens here with Mr. Muscleman when he approaches Charlie Kirk. He doesn't even attempt to hold him. He basically just almost like pushing him down, and just keep watching, and at no point does he try to secure him. And look at these people. I guess they're jumping into a hologram booth, even though Charlie Kirk is supposedly a hologram. Again, absolute nonsense being propagated. Give me a break. All these people running into a hologram area, no way. But again, I want to really spotlight in this point of this video where this man here, Mr. Muscles, doesn't even put his arms around him to hold him up, to secure him. It doesn't make sense. Like Charlie Kirk obviously was meant to go down and not stay up. How clear can it be? Not trying to hold him. That guy's, if everything's up and up, this guy's absolutely useless. He should be fired for being an absolute complete waste of space, waste of security, whatever this piece of garbage is, this goon. Just look at this. What is he doing? Absolute joke. I don't mean to get off topic with the subject, with the whole hologram theory, but this is something that needs to be pointed out as well. One last time here. It's like, you're no help, pal. You just pretty much useless. As he basically body slams Charlie Kirk to the ground. Give me a break. Now, where you have these individuals walking through, and you see shadows here, you see shadows on the other side. Again, people walking in and out of this, and obviously the mixture of the shadows and sunlight coming through here. And once again, there are no mirrors anywhere to be found. Let's take a look here at this one perspective with Charlie Kirk. And you don't see any mirrors, any mylar material of any sort. Again, the camera's on this side. It should be on this side, reflecting down, coming up. It's an absolute joke. It's disinformation. So these kind of people that push disinformation, they want you to share it with families and your friends to make you look dumb, uncredible, and they're not going to believe you, obviously, and you lose all credibility moving forward. So this is why I'm making this video. It's very important to understand this. You have to be so very careful and analyze things before you propagate what others say on YouTube. And unfortunately, YouTube is full of shills and agents. There are very few real truth speakers. And once again, another angle with Charlie Kirk. And you see, again, no mirrors. And how do you have Charlie Kirk as a so-called projection within the canopy, but you see him walking? So how does Charlie Kirk just disappear? Give me a break. It's an absolute joke. Absolute joke that people are pushing. Now, here's an aspect that I want to touch upon from my previous video. People look at this footage here, as you see, and they see that there's no Charlie Kirk and the canopy is empty. This is because it's well after the fact. He was already hauled away. And let's take a look here, and I'll explain this so it'll be very easy to understand. Let's get right to it here. As you see, the people disperse like roaches. And this is a little bit later on when Charlie Kirk is already gone. And I'll take a look here. This is right after this went down. Take a look at the amount of people. And I'm going to play at normal speed. But take a look at all these people that are here. And once again, you can see from this footage, half the people already gone. So it's like a different, complete aspect compared to what's coming up with what you see here. Okay, I'm going to play this so you can really see the amount of people. So it's at different points where there's a tremendous amount of people here in relation to what you see here. So be very clear about that. So in the end, when it comes down to it, with all this nonsense being propagated, with this nonsense hologram theory propagated once again by Terry Eicher, supposed producer and historian, passing off lies as truth. And that's unfortunate because I did like a lot of his work. A lot of his work is solid, but that's what a lot of disinfo agents do, to pull you in their nets. There's also another aspect of duality, and I find it interesting with this name Eicher. Basically what it comes down to, it means oak, as in an oak tree, like Hollywood. Just like what happened supposedly with JFK on Elm Street, a tree, the elm tree. You have an oak tree, an elm tree, you have Hollywood. It's all pagan. That's what it comes down to it. And I don't think this is by chance or by coincidence what it comes down to. But nonetheless, the whole entire Charlie Kirk and the hologram underneath the canopy has been 100% exposed as nothing more than flat out lies.
John, chapter 9, verse 25. Whereas once I was blind, now I can see. Now I can see.